What's up guys, it's Mike here again with another auto vlog video. Today we're taking a look at the 2016 Ford Expedition XLT. Okay, so what you're seeing here is a Ford Expedition XLT. It's the regular length Expedition and it's in the color Shadow Black. Comes with new 20-inch wheels for 2016. Very nice look in my opinion. I like the black exterior along with the smoked out grayish looking wheels. I like the look of the Expedition. It's Ford's full-size SUV. The only SUV in the Ford lineup that currently is still on a truck platform. So you see the rear fascia of the vehicle here, the big Expedition badge on the liftgate, as well as a EcoBoost badge. All Expeditions now have the 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo EcoBoost engine, same engine as in the Ford F-150s. You have 365 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. See the tow hitch here. Have your spare sitting right underneath. You have a single exhaust pipe here. I wish that they would at least do a twin exhaust pipe or dual exhaust pipe at least, but it would just look slightly nicer in my opinion. Walk around here, running boards. As we move along to the front fascia here, my favorite part of the Ford Expedition. Very nice look. Parking lights. All Ford Expeditions except for the XLT have HID headlights. This one does not. It is halogen projector headlights along with LED fog lights, if you want to call them that. Now the Ford Expedition comes in the XLT, the Limited, the King Ranch, and also the Platinum. What we're going to do is take a look inside of the vehicle here shortly. And what you will notice is that even though it is a mid-range trim, I would call it, it is very well equipped with a lot of the luxury features that were previously only available in a top-of-the-line Expedition. So you have roof rack, side rails, top and ceiling here. The XLT comes with a regular key, although you have a power lift gate, you have remote start, lock, unlock, and panic button. Double click on the lift gate button here. And take a look at the type of cargo space that we have in a Expedition here. So behind the third row seat, when up, you have 18 cubic feet of cargo space. And if you choose to fold the third row seat down, you get 55 cubic feet of cargo space. And with the third or the second row folded down as well, you have a maximum of 108 cubic feet of cargo space. So plenty of room in the Ford Expedition for, you know, whatever purpose you need to use it. If you need, obviously, to have a lot of people or passengers in this vehicle, you have the room for that. But if you need it to haul a bunch of stuff around, you definitely have the room for that as well. So about the Ford Expedition, it's the last SUV in the Ford lineup that is still on a truck platform. It was introduced in 1996 for the 97 model year, and it replaced the Ford Bronco. It's currently in its 4th generation. The 2016 model year is the last of that generation, and next year Ford is coming out with a brand new Ford Expedition for the 2017 model year. Also in 2007, the Ford Expedition came out in an EL version, which is an extended version that replaced the Ford Excursion at the time. So basically, what was new with the Ford Expedition last year is that they no longer go with the 5.4 liter Triton V8. It's now the 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo EcoBoost engine with 365 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. So it's the same engine as in the F-150, and basically with a Ford Expedition you have a truck that can seat 8 people. Properly equipped, it'll tow 9,200 pounds, as I mentioned earlier here. And it really feels like you're driving an F-150. Steering wheel is actually the same as the previous generation F-150. I know that for the 2017 model year, most likely, that's when they'll be updating this part as well to look more like a newer generation F-150 that came in 2015. So going down a windy hill here, it's interesting to feel how it sits on the road. I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. Being a big full-size SUV, obviously you feel some body roll and that kind of thing, but it handles very nice, I have to say. And this new engine that they put in the Ford Expedition, the big EcoBoost engine, is such an improvement from the Triton V8. It has more power, more torque, and a whole lot better gas mileage. The old Expeditions, you know, you'd be lucky if you were getting 15 on average, or 15 on the highway even. They're pretty, you know, big gas hogs, but big improvement with the V6. It's always nice to have a V8, in my opinion, just for the sound of the engine. And I love naturally aspirated engines, you know. There's no replacement for displacement. But anyhow, I mean, it is effective. You can't deny the efficiency of having this V6 twin turbo engine in the big trucks and also the Expedition. On the other hand, though, they, in my opinion, could make it an option to have the 5.0 V8 in the Expedition. That would be a nice option. As many of you guys know, I also have a 2015 Ford F-150 with that engine, and I love it. It is awesome. So much better than the 5.4 Triton, obviously. A lot more power, torque, and better fuel economy. So having a 2016 here, I mean, big changes for the Expedition engine wise, and the slight facelift it had was in 2015. 2016 you now have Sync 3 infotainment system. We've gone through that already in previous reviews, and also you now have a 373 limited slip axle instead of the non-limited slip axle that was for the 2015 and before that as well. Very quiet ride as well, very comfortable. I mean, the Expedition is in a competitive segment mainly with the GMC Yukons, the Chevy Tahoe. Really comes down to preference, but I would definitely advise anyone that's looking at a full-size SUV like the Expedition or the Tahoe or Yukon, definitely to check them all out. I like the Expedition. It's got plenty of torque. It's fast, really fast. If I could afford a car like this, I would have it. I like big vehicles like this. It's nice versus having a truck. Love the truck, but it's just nice to have a big SUV. If you don't really have to load the bed all the time, why not go with an Expedition? Okay, so getting in the car here, checking out the seats. They're very comfortable. Me with my frame, I feel that they hug me just perfectly. Very nice for a longer road trip, as a buyer of the Ford Expedition would most likely do on at least a few occasions here. It is a full-size SUV. Now, being new for 2016 here is the new infotainment system called Sync 3. Let's go through that here real quick. I'm on the main menu bar here below the actual interface here. Just very responsive system. I have a separate video actually like a tutorial of the Sync 3 infotainment system that you can check out right there if you're interested in knowing more about this infotainment system here and what it offers. But basically it is just a very user-friendly interface, very responsive touchscreen. If you compare it with the previous one, the My Ford Touch, which is a great system as well, this one, in my opinion, is just a lot easier to use and access. So as we move along here, take a look at the steering wheel. As many of you know, the Ford Expedition is still it's based on a truck platform, so it shares a lot of its components with the Ford F-150. And this steering wheel here, it actually looks like the previous generation F-150 steering wheel. It's a nice steering wheel. It, has everything that you might need. I do think, or feel that they could have upgraded the steering wheel to a, the 2015 Ford F-150s. Just looks slightly outdated in my opinion. Again, that is just my opinion. See if we turn on the light here, see if we have a little better lighting. Yeah, I think so. As we look here, you have the basic light switches here. Pull them out for the fog light. And you can see it right there. Turn the fog light off. You have instrument dimming here. There we go. I was clicking away like crazy here. It wasn't a very responsive button. But anyhow, on this XLT here, you have basically 3 instrument clusters. The middle one is the speedometer, obviously. And on the left side here, controlled by the the buttons on the left side of the steering wheel, you have your basic information when it comes to fuel consumption and your trip meter and that kind of thing. You have a main menu here, different display modes. You have a digital tachometer showing you oil pressure, oil temperature, and that kind of thing. trip meters, your towing capabilities here. A Ford Expedition properly equipped can tow up to 9,200 pounds. So you have all your information and settings regarding towing. And here you have a power distribution. You would see exactly which wheels are being used. Then moving along to the right side here, controlled by the buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. You can toggle between your entertainment, your current, like right here we're listening to Sirius, do FM, AM. If your phone is synced up or any other media device through Bluetooth, that will be shown on the screen as well. Your volume controls. It's a very good stereo system in this Expedition. This is an XLT trim level, so you don't get the big Sony stereo system, but it's still a very nice stereo system. Moving along back here to the steering wheel, you have your phone buttons to answer and hang up a call. Your voice activation button is right here.
Please say a command.
Sirius Frank Sinatra.
Tuning to Frank Sinatra.
This is just one of many voice commands that you can use. You have your cruise control here, and so on. You have features such as cooled seats, heated seats, right there. You have a trailer brake control module right here, and then basic traction control, hill descent, and for your lift gate right there. You have your shift on the fly here. It has a 2-high mode, an all-wheel drive mode, and if you turn that button right there, you will see the shift right there. You have 4-high, and you have to put the transmission in neutral to get to 4-low. We're just going to keep it in 2-high. Pretty hard surface here. Not that that really matters in my opinion, what kind of surface you have up there on the dashboard. I mean, I don't really mess around a lot there, but you have little cubbies there, cell phones and such. Although I've noticed that if you put them there, I mean, the sun just bakes them. Not really healthy. Now here in this middle console, you have 2 USB ports. You have a 12 volts right there, and I like how they're situated towards the driver when you open it up versus being, see if I can angle the camera here, being back here as they were on the older models. And you have this little, this is new, you have like a little pouch here, whatever you want to call that, and then coin holders, just basic stuff, sunroof, and that button right there, let's see if I can turn this off here. You can see that back there, this window back there, you can actually tilt those, which is cool. Okay guys, that's that. This is the 2016 Ford Expedition XLT. Let me know what you think of this SUV here. What is your favorite full-size SUV, and where does the Ford Expedition rank in your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below, and if this is your first time checking out my channel, browse it and see if you like it. If you do, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, bye bye.